He gambled, he lost, and now he's on his way out. Matteo Renzi is set to resign as Italy's prime minister after a crushing referendum defeat. The anti-establishment five-star movement says it's now ready to govern, and that's got the EU very worried.
What does Renzi's departure mean for Italy's political and economic future? And where does it leave the European Union? Be sure to connect with us on all social platforms with the hashtag AJNewsGrid.
Well, let's now cross over to Leah, our social media producer. And the future of the European Union is what we're asking our viewers to tell us about today, their views on where Europe is heading. What's been the response?
Well, Follow, we reached out, like you said, to our followers and friends on social media. And we asked you if you think Prime Minister Renzi's resignation will bring more political uncertainty to Europe. A lot of mixed reviews, but Roberto here, he says, and as an Italian citizen, I voted for my constitution, not for politics, and I still believe in one open, great EU. So that's out of Italy, a perspective there. But this is an ongoing conversation across many countries. Of course, it is strongest in Italy, and the hashtag that I've seen the most of is calling for a constitution referendum. Hashtag is, of course, in Italian. But along with that hashtag, we have some trending emojis as well. The top one here I wanted to show you is joy, and the second one, wink. And one of my personal favorites down here, the victory hand and the face punch. What you intend that to mean is entirely up to you, but those are some different emojis that are getting a lot of heat and getting a lot of attention in this. A lot of politicians are also giving this story quite a bit of attention, and they're doing it on Twitter. Marine Le Pen, the far-right politician out of France, said this earlier today. I have a translation here for you. The Italians have disavowed the EU and Renzi. We must listen to this thirst for freedom of nations and protection. This picture also surfacing up online. Angela Merkel, of course, the one in blue. She right now is the last woman standing. So far since she's been in power, she has had 6 different Italian prime ministers as a neighbor, likely a 7th, if she, of course, makes it that long, according to this picture. Please join in on the conversation. We'd love to hear from you with the hashtag AJNewsGrid, or you can write to me directly at Leah Harding, AJE.
Now, here on the News Grid, we've told you the story of Bana Alabed, the 7-year-old whose mom has been tweeting about life from within Aleppo. Well, she's now gone silent. Leah is here with more on that. Leah, I know you've been in touch with her, in contact with her mom over the past few weeks. What do we know about her situation?
All we really can confirm right now is that, in fact, she has not tweeted in the last 24 hours. It's been just a day, just a few minutes ago, marks 24 hours since her Twitter account totally went blank. No more tweets from Bana Alabed at the moment. This is the last tweet I want to bring up to show you here. She says, "We are sure the army is capturing us now. We will see each other another day, dear world. Bye." From Fatima, that's her mom. That's who I've been speaking to on Twitter through direct message. And there's been a lot of conversation online as to A, why Bana's Twitter feed has disappeared, and B, the reasoning behind all of this. Is it real? Is it fake? A lot of conversation on that. Zaina here, she's a journalist who's covered this story as well. She says Bana and her mom are fine and are still in Aleppo. They decided to disappear for a reason. Please respect that and let them have their privacy. One perspective there. The other side of this, there have been many accounts of people online comparing Bana Alabed to Anne Frank, writing from a Twitter handle here seen at her desk, similar to Anne Frank in 1945 versus 2016. Only this Twitter account saying the only difference is that she asked the world to hashtag stand with Aleppo, and she's doing it on Twitter and not through a diary. Another tweet here. There are many fake accounts that have also come up around Bana Alabed's disappearance from Twitter. This one essentially making fun of Bana, calling her Alabed Banana, and saying that Anne Frank wrote her diary, the ballpoint pen, years before its invention. I tweet from Aleppo in perfect English with electric power being down all day. A lot of skepticism as to whether or not this account is real. What I can tell you is that in November, a staff group from Al Jazeera Arabic, our colleagues here, they went to Aleppo and met with Bana and her family and her mother, and they made this video. So this was in November, but a month ago, and did this video showcasing her life in her home that has now been destroyed, that a lot of people are saying wasn't real, but our team did go there and created this report. At the end of the day, I think this tweet says it best: real or fake, many children like Bana are victims and are bombed in Aleppo. There are 100,000 children in eastern Aleppo. Bana and many like her are one of them. And as UNICEF say here, there's nowhere safe for a child in eastern Aleppo. Let me know what you think. If you have been following this conversation, we'd love to hear from you. Be sure to use the hashtag AJNewsGrid or write to me directly at Leah Harding, AJE. Folly.
Leah, thank you very much for that. And we are now live at our multi-view here on the News Grid. All the pictures coming into us here